Hello, I'm Jill and I'm Sable Yarns. As you can see, I've got my stall set up behind me. I'm all raring to go for Woolfest. Really pleased to be part of it again this year, although I wish it was live, obviously, instead of over the old internet. But anything's better than nothing. So I wanted to show you what I've got on offer. And then you can hopefully head over to the website, have a browse, and see if there's anything that takes your fancy. So if you want to find me, I am www.sableyarns.com. Anything that you do see that happens to slip into your basket, I've got an offer on all weekend for Woolfest. If you use the code Woolfest at the checkout, you'll get 10% off any orders that are over £15. So that covers most of the stuff that's on the website. The other things that I need to tell you about, I'm raising money for 2 charities this month. I've got a sale on for Pride. So anything that remotely resembles a rainbow has got 10% off it already. So if you use the code Woolfest, then you'll end up with 20% off, so you could grab yourself a real bargain. And anything that gets sold out of the Pride sale, there's £1 goes to Stonewall UK throughout the whole month of June, so you can order it outside of the festival. You'll still get 10% off, and the money will go to the charity. And I'm also doing pre-orders for a special yarn called Myint-Maung. That's in memory of my mum, and the money, the donations from that, every time anyone orders, go to Cancer Research UK. So that's what I'm doing charity wise this month. Anyway, without further ado, you've heard enough of me. I've waffled for long enough. I'm going to take the phone off the stand. I'm hopefully going to flip it round, and I'm going to show you the yarn. So just bear with me 1 second while I take it off. Right, and excellent. So I'll show you the stall first of all. So I've got most of what I offer out on the stall, but it's set up in my bedroom and I live in a tiny little cottage. So I haven't got the fibre out, but I will touch on that while I'm talking. So what do we sell? I'm going to start over this end of the stall with DK. So let's start here. So I stock a little bit of DK. I use Platinum DK, which is a superwash merino nylon blend, and the reason I go for that is it's still gorgeously soft, but it's really durable. The nylon in it makes it really durable. So you could use it for socks if you wanted, if you like a thicker pair of socks, and it would be perfect for that. But it's also perfect for garments because it doesn't pill, it's more durable, and it washes really well and it lasts really well, etc, etc, and it's still really soft and squishy and lovely. So I'm just going to whiz through. I'm not going to tell you the names of the colourways, they're all on the website. I'm just going to give you a quick whiz through so you can see what's on offer. There we go. So some of these at this end looking suspiciously rainbowy and will therefore be included in the Pride sale with 10% off. So you could get them this weekend with 20% off if you use the code Woolfest at the checkout. Those are the Pride ones, the rainbowy ones. So that's a DK. Underneath that, I've got sock sets. These are sock weight, fingering, 4-ply, whatever you want to call it. And you get the merino nylon blend again, but they're obviously sock weight. You get a 50-gram skein of colourway and a 20-gram of a matching solid. They're brilliant for socks, which is why they're called sock sets. So you do use the solid for your cuffs and your heels and your toes, and then the variegated yarn for the rest of your sock. And you don't get any wastage at the end, so they make a substantial pair of socks. I've made my husband's socks out of these, and he's a UK size 10. But but you haven't got that extra bit left over at the end that then sits in your bag and guilts you into thinking I'm going to make a beekeeper's blanket or a mitered square blanket, but you never do. It just sits there forever anyway. They also don't break the bank because obviously they don't cost as much. They're £12, so they're cheaper than buying 100 grams. So they're the sock sets. Lots of different colourways to choose from. Most of them are up here on the stall, but I couldn't quite fit them all on, so there are a couple of others. Again, some of these are looking suspiciously rainbowy, so they'll be in the Pride sale. So those are the sock sets. They're also good for hats and mittens, things like that. You know, think outside the box. You could do the main body of the hat in that, the rim in that, and maybe a pom-pom on top in the solid. Mittens, you could do sort of like the wrist and maybe the thumb in a different colour, you know, or maybe they'd be good for colour work. You could pair that with a solid colour and make yourself a jumper or something like that. So think outside the box. Sock sets. Right, next up, 100-gram skeins of platinum sock. So again, they're superwash merino nylon blend. Wonderful for socks, but also really good for garments, cardigans, sweaters, scarves, shawls, hats, etc, etc. You name it. It's a really versatile yarn, and that's why I stock it. So I've got some semi-solids at the top, nice little rainbow going on. There you go. And then underneath, these are all the colourways. So got lots of colourways to choose from. Some of them might make a nice little fade. That little group in particular, I've had people buy that before now to make a jumper. Then we get down here and we're into the rainbow. So they're on offer for Pride month. There you go. There's some nice rainbows down at the bottom. So that's the platinum sock. What have we got next? Self-striping yarn. So I think that's fairly self-explanatory. You can make yourself some lovely nice stripy socks with those. Some of them are on sale for Pride, that one and that one. Again, it's the merino nylon blends, so they're really durable. So those are your self-striping yarns. Some of them don't show up particularly well on the video, but quite a few to choose from. Underneath there I've got gradients. So these are wonderful, very gradual colour change. They're really good, particularly if you're making yourself a shawl or something like that. So those are the gradients. Then I've got mini skeins and micro skeins. So I've got little 10-gram micro skeins. This one is a 200-gram set, and that's in the Pride sale. Micro skeins as well. I've got 100-gram sets, rainbow sets. You know what's coming next. There's a little pastel rainbow, so they're all in the Pride sale. Then I've got 20-gram sets that are like fade sets. So there's like a bluey one. There's another one. What else have we got? There's some more under there. There's that one. So they're like a little fade. So those are your minis and your micros. Next up, I've got Tibetan sock, which is one of my favourite bases. It is a blend of superwash merino, silk and yak. And it's gorgeous. It's really shiny, but it doesn't always show up very well on the video. But it has a beautiful lustre to it. Really nice stitch definition. It's gorgeous and soft and really luxurious. So, you know, it's one of those yarns that when you want to treat yourself, you should definitely take a look at this. So we'll go through the colourways so you can have a look. There we go. So that is Tibetan sock. And then last but not least on the yarn is merino singles. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and hopefully it'll focus. There we go. So this is 100% superwash merino, but it's spun as singles, it's not plied. It's a beautifully delicate yarn. It has a gorgeous drape and really nice stitch definition. And it's quite often used, you can pair it up with something like a Surrey alpaca, something that's got a real halo to it, and make yourself a love notes or something like that. But it's a really nice yarn. I'll show you what we've got on offer in the merino singles. There we go. So that's the merino singles. So any of those, just pan back out a little bit so you can see. You'll be able to find all the stock on the website, www.sableyarns.com. If there's anything that's out of stock or you need a larger quantity because you want to make yourself a sweater and there's not enough showing up as stock, if you go to the pre-order section on the website, then you can pre-order stuff and I'll buy it up specially for you. It's not a problem at all. So don't be put off if you find something you like but you can't see enough of it or it's sold out at the moment. It's not an issue. Right, I'm going to pop the camera back on the stand so that I can show you some of these beauties over here. So just bear with me a second. Whiz it back around. You have to put up with my ugly mug again, and then a little bit of jiggling while we get it set back up on the stand. There we go. I'm trying to hide my bed. The camera's on the bed. It's a very tiny bedroom. Right, okay. So, project bags. I sew these myself. I've got 2 types and a range of fabrics. So these are the smaller ones, the little drawstring bag. They are perfect if you've got a 1 skein project, although they'd probably fit a couple of skeins in, to be honest, as well, because there's quite a lot of room inside them. Look at them next to them, they're about the size of my head, so they're not that tiny. But they're perfect if you're knitting a pair of socks, or you're making a hat, or a pair of gloves, or mittens, or a 1 skein shawl, something like that. Or even if you're at the start of a jumper, so your actual piece of knitting is not that large and you've got your ball of yarn that you're working with, but you don't want to take up too much room, you're going to pop it in your handbag with other things and take it out, then these are perfect for that. They're also completely reversible, so if you fancy a change, then you can just flip it round and have it the other way out. That way around instead. They close with a drawstring, so there's no nasty zips to snag your knitting. They've got a square bottom, so they stand up nicely as well. So yeah, those are the little drawstring bags. There's a choice of fabrics. It's changing all the time. I'm trying to keep up with demand, so what there is what there is on the website, but there are quite a few to choose from. I'll just show you a few. That's a little rainbowy one. What else have we got? Got some purple ones. There's a little pink one with flowers going on. There's one with cats on it. So these might change. Just depends how quickly I can sew and what people buy. But those are the small drawstring bags, and they won't break the bank either. And then I've got the big ones. I'll show you this one, because this is the one that's got all the stuff in it. So they've got handles on them, and the idea is, I suppose, you can take it out. You could even take it out instead of your handbag if you were going out for the day and you wanted to take your knitting or your crochet with you, or even your spinning. If you've got a spindle that you want to spin with. So basically I'm just going to pop it down so I can open it up, but before I do, you can see it's got pockets. It's got pockets on both sides, and they are nice roomy pockets. I can fit my hand. Those are the smaller pockets. The ones in the middle are even bigger. You can fit a mobile phone in, no problem. That's quite a big phone as well, and there's plenty of space if you wanted to go bigger. Scissors, crochet hook, maybe your purse, or this is my interchangeable needle set. That fits in, no problem. I'm just going to open it out, pop it down while I do it. So that's it opened out. They're the size of a large handbag, I guess, opened out, but they're like Doctor Who's TARDIS. They fit quite a lot in, and this is what I've got in mind today. So I've got yarn cake. Oh, this is a couple of skeins for my next project. What else have I got in there? Set of mini skeins. Going to tell you about those in a minute. I'm knitting a pair of socks, so that's in there as well. And I'm also in the middle of a sweater. So I've got most of the body of it done. I'm just working my way up to the shoulders now and about to split the arms. So there's that in there, along with the yarn that goes with it. And there's probably room for more as well, but that's what I've got in mine. I'm going to show you this in a second because this is my cancer research colourway. So yeah, those are the large drawstring bags, and there are a variety of fabrics to choose from. It's just whatever's in stock at the time. So there's some blue flowery ones. I've got one with cats on, a couple of rainbow ones. I've got some more fabrics. I may have sewn some more before we actually get round to it being Woolfest time, but these are what I've got to show you at the moment. So yeah, large drawstring bags. The other thing I've got to show you, these are made by my husband, shawl pins. So he hand turns these in his shed at the bottom of the garden, which is quite frankly the best place for him. And they are really nice. Each one is unique. They're made from solid wood. This one is all oak. Sometimes he does ones with walnut, lime. It's just whatever he happens to have that he's bought when he went to his wood supplier. So they're all hand turned. So those as well up for sale. Right. Yes, I want to show my cancer research yarn. So this was dyed in honour of my mum, who died of cancer earlier this year. It's called Mo, which was her name. This is what it looks like knitted up. So it's speckles basically of pink and turquoise and violet and charcoal grey, which is the Cancer Research UK colours. And you can pre-order that. The pre-order's up there on the website. A variety of different bases you could pre-order it on, or you could get it as a set of mini skeins like that one. And £2 from every sale is being donated to Cancer Research UK. So that's up for pre-order, probably for a couple more months, because I want to try and raise as much money as I can. But yeah, that's Mo. So that's the Cancer Research yarn. What I've not shown you today, but is there on the website if you want to buy it, is I've got some fibre if you're into spinning. So there are some fibre braids, and there's also a couple of different sets of rolags if you wanted to have a look at those as well. I think that's everything that's up for sale. So I'm just going to recap. If you use the code Woolfest, then that will get you 10% off all orders of £15 or more on the website this weekend. If you buy something that's rainbowy, that's in the Pride sale, then you'll get another 10% off, and I'll donate £1 to Stonewall UK. Or you might want to look at investing in some Mo, and at the same time that will donate some money to Cancer Research UK. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have and you want to go and have a proper browse, it's www.sableyarns.com, and hopefully you'll have a look round, see something that takes your fancy, treat yourself or treat somebody else. That would be nice. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the festival. Make sure you go and have a look what the other vendors have got to offer as well. Hopefully next year we can do it all in person. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? It feels like such a long time since we could do things like that. But in the meantime, keep safe and keep well, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.